Hiya Dale, sorry to delay the recap so much. There's a couple of things. I've just been manic here with the building of the zone, etc., and I wasn't the impression that I'd actually done it, so apologies for that, but we got there in the end. Top row, great comparison there for some nice changes from P1 to P4. P4 top left, very laid off. Club face is tending to rotate open a little bit too much, and progressively we're getting the club more in line, and we're getting the club face to strengthen up a little bit, which tends to help you with the issues that you've got through impact. If we take a little look at how we've achieved that, initially we had a little bit of a rolling of 3, but definitely not enough setting of 2, so definitely not enough loading of the wrist, and there was tending to be a little bit too much forearm rotation. Here now 3 started to roll. It's quite a strange one, so you load 3 a little bit too much late in the piece. So what we did was we talked a little bit about the sort of component parts of your backswing. So what we were trying to do is load 2, then load 3, and then work the left shoulder down. And that started to line us up a little bit better at the top. And then we discussed loading 2, loading 3, but adding a little bit of palmar flex to the left wrist as well, so we close the face to the path a little bit more than what we'd normally get, and again working the left shoulder down. So we're trying to, really with yourself, we're trying to put the piece in there that we're struggling with early. From P1 to P2 really we can actually get 2 fully loaded, and we can get 3 a little bit more bowed, if you will, the back of the left wrist a little bit more in a palmar flex condition, so that you can just rock the left shoulder down and arrive in a more appropriate position at the top. When you do that, there's also a little bit better straightening of the trail leg and flexing of the lead leg, looking much better. Because of the history of rolling 3 a little bit too much, what we see in the downswing is a player who backs up and releases the golf club too much. Left shoulder gets a little bit too high, a little bit too soon, and again that right shoulder tends to hang back, and the overtaking rate is quite high of the club head passing the hands through impact. So definitely a player who's hanging back, trying to release the golf club and prevent the shots to the right. So the feeling is to get the left shoulder to stay down in the transition, which helps you with your linear and starts to tighten up P6. So if we look at the difference at P5 between the two, so the key thought is in the transition from P4 to P5, keep the left shoulder down, which in turn has maintained the angles much better, got the weight moving forward much better, and prevented the hips opening up too soon. So the left shoulder down, as you do that, the left knee flexes down and forwards a little bit more as well. See there on the top right footage, one of the things with yourself is the lead leg starts to straighten a little bit too soon. You don't get the weight going into the front foot quite enough, and you open up too soon through impact. So better sequencing of the accumulators on the way back, not as much rolling of 3, more setting of 2, and just adding a little bit of palmar flex in the early part of the takeaway, and that tidies the sort of lines up at the top somewhat, and then in the transition from P4 to P5 keep the left shoulder down. Good luck with it. I look forward to working with you again in the coming weeks.